Hey guys, how are all of you beautiful people? Hope all of you are doing fine, and yes, this is the new series Naruto God Level Modifier. In the world of Naruto, Toyota Hiro got the Super Modifier System. So let's start without any delay. Shinku Uchiha is proficient in illusion ninjutsu, and one of the most powerful illusion ninjas. This person has also appeared in the original work. He was once allowed to join in the battle when Nine Tails attacked the village. He was wearing Anbu costume. Uncle. Hiro's attitude towards Kuinai's father changed a little. Shinku laughed loudly and said, I am currently the deputy captain of Hokage's Anbu directly. Recently, Minato has gone on a mission. So I welcome you to join the Anbu instead of him. It turns out that Shinku is the deputy captain of Konoha Anbu. Hiro said, Thank you, Uncle Shinku. Follow me. Shinku said faintly, and then his figure flashed quickly, using the flicker body jutsu. Hiro followed closely behind him, and in the meantime, he saw Shinku taking him through this cobweb-like underground, and finally reached a building. The base of this Anbu it is extremely very huge and wide, and there is no light at all. Hiro followed Shinku to receive some utensils, such as animal masks and ninja items. After taking the items, Hiro saw Shinku issuing instructions, and along with Shinku issuing the instruction, dozen ninjas wearing masks appeared beside Hiro. All of them looked at Hiro. This is that kid named Hiro. He actually came to join Anbu. He seems to be less than 9 years old, really a young ninja. Hey, his performance in Chunin exam was really good, it gave Konoha a great prestige. Their voice reached Hiro's ears. Hiro just smiled. Unexpectedly he became a celebrity in Konoha. When anyone hears Hiro's name in Konoha, a figure of genius and young boy will appear in their mind. And now he became an Anbu member with only being 8 years old, so it will naturally attracted much attention. Of course, these Anbu members didn't have bad intentions, and they all know that Hiro was specially put in Anbu by 3rd Hokage, but they are very curious about Hiro. At a very young age, he has been highly valued by Hokage. They aren't stupid. They didn't despise Hiro because of his young age. Instead, they paid more attention to him. After all, 3rd Hokage put him directly in Anbu. Hiro, today is the first day you came to Anbu. We have a rule in Anbu, all newcomers must go through a qualification test. Shinku said lightly. Qualification test. Hiro understood immediately. After all, Anbu is the most powerful unit Konoha. So every member of Anbu must have good strength, and of course to let other member know newcomers' strength, because most their assigning tasks will need a teamwork. Otherwise, the mission mortality rate of Anbu is so high, and if you don't know the specific strength of your team members, how can you work with him? Shinku nodded and said, yes, the most conventional qualification test is tested through actual combat. Hyuga Kurosawa. Shinku suddenly called a ninja's name. This ninja is wearing a green ninja suit without any weapons. His appearance is ordinary, and the biggest feature is that his eyes are pure white. Those eyes show he is from Hyuga family. A ninja from Hyuga family. Hiro thought. Hyuga Kurosawa, you will fight Hiro to test his strength. Shinku assigned the task. When Hyuga Kurosawa heard what Shinku said, his expression suddenly became serious. Yes. Deputy Captain. As he said, Hyuga Kurosawa also looked at Hiro carefully, and didn't dare to neglect. I heard your name many times in Konoha. I really want to compete with you. So please do your best. Hyuga Kurosawa was eager to competing with Hiro. Hyuga Kurosawa vs Hiro. I wonder who will win. Kurosawa is a special jounin, and he has Bakugan. He is an elite ninja from Hyuga family. Even in Anbu, he can be considered a strong ninja. Everyone was talking, they were curious and looking forward who will win this battle. Hiro smiled slightly, took a step forward, and simply saluted. I am sorry if being rude. It is okay, try your best. Hyuga Kurosawa said concisely. Shinku said, very well, I will be the referee, you two can compete with each other, but you must not target each other's lives. Yes. Hiro and Hyuga Kurosawa stood in the field, and other Anbas stood around the field but not close. Hiro and Hyuga Kurosawa looked at each other. Hiro didn't underestimate his opponent, because the opponent is Hyuga's special jounin. And his true strength should surpass ordinary special jounin. At this moment, Hyuga Kurosawa took the first shot, and he made his move, Gentle Fist, 8 trigrams 64 palms. He stepped forward and took the initiative to attack Hiro. He used 64 palms to swipe his whole body, the attack speed was extremely fast. Gentle Fist, 64 palms, one of the signature ninjutsu of the Hyuga family, conceal the enemy's chakra acupoints and make the enemy lose combat effectiveness. Hiro also knew the power of Hyuga's Gentle Fist. He was very vigilant, and wanted to fight quickly. Hiro dodged it by using Flicker Body Jutsu. When Kurosawa wanted to hit Hiro with Gentle Fist it made air-bursting sound. The Gentle Fist of Hyuga family is really among the best ninjutsus in close combat. Hiro used Flicker Body Jutsu one after another to avoid his fist. Hyuga Kurosawa's 64 palms only hit the air, making him a little surprised, and he did not expect Hiro's response so quickly. Gentle Fist, Ultimate Wind. Hyuga Kurosawa attacked again, using new move against Hiro. This move is a secret method of the Hyuga family. It can instantly knock opponents into the air, and has the power to break the rocks. When his attack was about hitting Hiro, Hiro's figure flashed again, and at the same time he threw out shuriken, attacking from all directions. The powerful shuriken technique made Hyuga Kurosawa surprised, but he did not panic. He attacked again using Gentle Fist, Ultimate Wind. Hyuga Kurosawa slapped both palms, forming a powerful whirlwind, knocking down all the shurikens quickly and accurately. Hiro, this kind of attack is useless to me, I can see every move you make by Bakugan. Hyuga Kurosawa smiled confidently. But then, his smile froze, because he suddenly saw Hiro's body covered with thunder and lightning, and at the same time thunder glowed in his hands, his figure flashed behind him. What is this ninjutsu? Hyuga Kurosawa was completely stunned. After being stunned, Hyuga Kurosawa subconsciously used his eyes to perceive the location of Hiro, but what he saw shocked him. It was difficult for him to perceive the direction of Hiro, and his heart was in confusion for a while. How is this possible? How can he avoid Bakugan perception? When Hyuga Kurosawa saw Hiro's body covered with thunder and lightning, he jumped directly, Hiro's speed very fast, and he reached Hyuga Kurosawa almost instantly. Ho, ho! The thunder light of Chidori burst out. Hiro's shuriken technique was just a camouflage, in order to let Hyuga Kurosawa relax his vigilance. Chidori. Chidori's thunder light pierced through, making Hyuga Kurosawa unable to avoid it. He felt Chidori's huge power. The most important thing is that was within the range of his Bakugan. But he couldn't perceive Hiro's position, his heart filled with shock and surprise. It's useless, I can see through your Bakugan. Bakugan of Hyuga branch ninja have blind spots of vision. Hiro's voice came faintly. That's right, Hiro saw through his Bakugan. Bakugan of the Hyuga family can clearly see the 360-degree around them, but the Bakugan of the branch family have a blind spot, which is directly behind the first thoracic vertebra. Hiro knew this weakness and of course he will use it. Chidori's point directly at the back of the thoracic spine of Hyuga Kurosawa, making Hyuga Kurosawa's eyes horrified. Chidori stayed less than an inch away from him. Hyuga Kurosawa felt the thunder power contained in Chidori. He was shocked. You lost. Shinku arrived right in front of Kurosawa. As long as Kurosawa made a little action, Chidori could penetrate his body. Kurosawa was silent, his back was already covered with cold sweat, and his eyes showed fear and surprise. The other Anbu stood there blankly, looking at Hiro. Over the past year or so, Hiro's growth rate even amazed Tsunade. Ordinary special Jounin was no longer his opponent at all without using his killing moves, even if he is Hyuga family's special Jounin. Kurosawa was still in consternation. His weakness was directly caught by Hiro, so he was defeated instantly. The other Anbu were even more shocked. It was an amazing fight, especially the one won the fight is 8-year-old kid. Hiro's strength showed that it could crush an special Jounin. Is he really only 8 years old? This strength is indeed a bit exaggerated. They would not be so surprised if Hiro could defeat Hyuga Kurosawa. But Hiro almost defeated Kurosawa in seconds. All Anbu were shocked. Did Kurosawa lost so quickly? Everyone's eyes were on Hiro. Even Shinku was slightly surprised, but still said, "Very good, Hiro, you are very strong, more powerful than ordinary special Jounin." Kurosawa smiled bitterly, but he was convinced, and sighed sincerely, "Hiro, you are strong ninja, I lost." "You're polite, I just got lucky," said calmly. Hiro's polite talking has aroused the goodwill of everyone in Anbu and especially Kurosawa. It is really amazing to have such power with only being 8 years old. Talent is very common, and there is no shortage of them in Anbu. But such a humble and polite and young ninja is really rare. Everyone thought that Hiro, because of his power and small age, he will be a very arrogant person. But now, they like Hiro even more. After this battle, all Anbu recognized Hiro as one of them. With Hiro's current strength, he was even considered an elite among the ninjas in Anbu, very strong. After that, Shinku explained Anbu rules for Hiro, and it can be seen that after seeing Hiro's strength, Shinku also appreciates Hiro quite a lot. Shinku smiled and said, "No wonder my daughter always talking about you, Hiro. You are indeed one of the most brilliant young ninjas I have ever seen. You are polite." Hiro looked strange, Kuinai always about him in front of Shinku. She didn't say something that shouldn't be said, right? Cough. "After joining Anbu, I will be your immediate captain from now on." "Yes, captain." For the rest of the time, Shinku basically spent his time in Anbu. The Third Ninja World War has officially broken out. Konoha is currently fighting with Sand Village. Because of the disappearance of Third Kekkei, Sand Village is currently without leader. However, the strength of Sand Village still should not be underestimated. There are a large number of powerful ninjas such as Kyo and Abyss, and the new Fourth Kekkei are also being recommended. Under such circumstances, Konoha and Sand Village fought at the border, and the war between the two villages spread and the war intensified. At the same time, Tsunade and others all rushed to the battlefield. In addition, a large number of ninjas stayed at the borders of the land, water, and thunder villages to prevent any attacks from these villages. Among the current 5 major villages, Konoha can be regarded as the strongest. But Konoha also has a problem, that is, Konoha's location is very awkward, basically in the center of the 5 major villages, which makes it easy to ignite the war with Konoha. According to the information obtained by Hiro, Minato is currently going to the border guard station at the junction between Clouds and Konoha, in case of accidents, so Hiro did not see Minato. The war is getting more and more fierce, and ninjas are constantly being sent to the battlefield, which leads to more ninja casualties. It can be said that the situation is very critical and tense. Konoha's Hokage building is filled with ninjas every day. Finally, on this day, Hiro was called directly to the Hokage office. As soon as he entered the Hokage office, he saw the thick smoke in the Hokage office. He could see third Hokage encountered a problem. Beside him, an Anbu stood, Shinku Yuhai. Hiro. Seeing Hiro's arrival, third Hokage's attitude was slightly relaxed, and said, "You came in right time, I will give you a task now." Task. Hiro's spirit was lifted, his gaze looked at third Hokage. The third Hokage said, "At present, Tsunade and the others are fighting with Sand Village ninjas on the front line. The frontline battle situation is very tight. According to our intelligence, Sand Village has sent a special ninja unit, which belongs to the Puppet Ninja Force. I want you and Shinku to go and support the front lines." Hiro's eyes suddenly lit up when he heard his words, and he raised his head suddenly. Puppet Ninja Force of Sand Village. There is indeed a group of special ninjas in Sand Village. These Puppet Ninja Force can manipulate puppets to fight, and they are extremely powerful. They are especially good at long-range battles and group battles. Right now, third Hokage wanted Hiro and Shinku to help Tsunade and intercept the opponent's puppet force. Finally, he is going to the battlefield. Hiro agreed without hesitation to third Hokage's mission request. "Hokage-sama, I will do my best," Hiro replied lightly. Third Hokage nodded slowly. "Well, this time, Hiro will lead the team. Shinku has other important tasks. After intercepting the puppet force, he will go to perform other tasks. You will be going to help Tsunade directly." "Yes." "You pack up your thing and set off." After third Hokage finished speaking, he signaled Hiro and Shinku to discuss with each other. Hiro and Shinku left Hokage's office. Shinku's face was serious, and said, "We too will participate in this mission to intercept Sand Village's puppet force. The number of puppet force should be about 10, all of them are elites. Although you are currently the captain, in order to train, I will try my best to support you in setting attack and defense plans." Hiro, now the ninjas in the village are getting more and more nervous. "I hope you will survive in this wars and make name to yourself," Shinku said seriously. Hiro nodded and believed, "I will definitely not let you down." "Good boy." Shinku laughed, and then said, "Then clean up and gather at the entrance of the village as quickly as possible." "It is good." When Hiro went home, he had nothing to clean up, and he quickly prepared his things, and then went to the village entrance to find Shinku. At the entrance of the village, Shinku and other Anbu were waiting. Hiro's figure flashed, and he also reached the entrance of the village. Shinku nodded in satisfaction. After briefly introducing the mission, he said, "Okay, let's go." "Wait." There was a female voice in the distance, and a young girl ran over. The girl had a delicate face, long black hair and ruby eyes, just like a porcelain doll. Of course, this girl is Kyoinai. The arrival of Kyoinai made Shinku and Hiro little surprised. Especially Shinku looked at her strangely and said, "Kyoinai, why are you here?" Kyoinai blushed. I saw you are going to the battlefield, and prepared some food." Kyoinai's small face looked at Hiro, lowered her head slightly, her face was reddish, and said, "Hiro, you can take these lunches with you on the road." Kyoinai handed a food box to Hiro. Hiro took it, and seeing the exquisite food inside, he could see Kyoinai put all her heart to make this food. Shinku originally wanted to reach out and take the food, but watched awkwardly as Kyoinai handed all the food to Hiro. The corners of her mouth twitched and her face slowly turned black. My baby girl actually made food carefully for Hiro, but he was abandoned by her. This is really... Shinku withdrew his hand in grief and said, "Let's go." Oh. Hiro agreed, and he couldn't have too much warmth with Kyoinai, but saw that Kyoinai mustered up her courage and waved her little white hand towards Hiro. "Hiro, pay attention to safety on the battlefield, I will wait for you to come back." Of course. Hiro's heart warmed and answered earnestly. Upon seeing this scene, Shinku's face turned darker. Along the way, Shinku didn't give Hiro any good face. Nonsense. Seeing her baby girl abducted by another boy, Shinku felt his heart broken. Especially looking at Kyoinai like that, it is obvious she loves Hiro very much, even a fool can see it. Hiro and Shinku hurried to the junction of Sand Village and Konoha Village. The distance between Konoha and Sand is very long, but after the strength reaches special jounin, the moving speed is quite fast. It took almost 3 days for them to reach the Konoha border. Shinku belonged to the elite jounin and Hiro has sage body. As for the specific strength of Shinku, according to Hiro's speculation, he has at least the strength of the Kwasakiji level, otherwise it is impossible to serve as the deputy captain of Anbu. This is for sure. Continuing on the road, almost reached the Konoha border. By this time they can already see some ninja fighting. At Konoha border, many villages and towns are very dilapidated. Refugees can be seen everywhere, people are displaced, and the cruelty brought about by war is self-evident. We have arrived at the border. We must be very careful. Going further in, is the real war zone, which is very dangerous. Shinku reminded Hiro. Understood. Hiro's answer was brief and concise. The two moved forward quickly, hiding their chakra, and using perception-type ninjutsu to search the battlefield, and obtained a lot of useful information. Ding! Congratulations to the host for triggering the task. As Hiro and Shinku entered the battlefield, Hiro triggered a system task. System released the mission. At present, the host is at the border between Sand Village and Konoha Village. The host's task is to intercept and defeat the reinforcements of the Sandy Hidden Village puppet ninja troops, and kill their leader. Reward for task completion: the second bloodline limit modify permissions. Penalty for mission failure: deduct 10 charm points. What? Hearing the instructions and rewards of the system tasks, Hiro immediately became excited in his heart. For real. The task rewards. It is actually the second bloodline limit modification opportunity, which means that Hiro can still have a second bloodline limit besides Sharingan. Thinking of this, Hiro gradually became excited. If he can complete the system's task, doesn't it mean that he can have another bloodline limit? Thinking of this, Hiro excited in his heart. No matter what, the task must be completed this time. Hiro and Shinku move across the border, and as Shinku said, he gave Hiro the command of the action to let him more experience. Hiro knew Shinku did this was indeed for his own good. Because of his relationship with Kyoinai, Shinku did not treat Hiro as an outsider. Between the trees, Hiro and Shinku's figure shuttled, and the breeze passed through their ears. They stopped somewhere in front of the battle line. Hiro looked at the map and said, "It's probably in this area. It's at the junction of the border between the two villages. If the puppet ninja force wants to surrender Tsunade, then this line is the only way to go. You are right. Shinku showed approval. Then, what will you do? Hiro said without hesitation, we lie in ambush at a high place, waiting for them. If you lie in ambush at a high place, your vision will be wider and you can control the overall situation. Very good, we will do as you said. Shinku agreed. Hiro and Shinku acted immediately, hiding on the mountain not far away, here with a wide view, overlooking the surrounding situation, and also an excellent hiding place. Hiro said, according to the distance, the reinforcements should be here any time soon. Well, let's act on the occasion. Our forces in front lines led by Tsunade currently facing Kyo and Abyss. The puppet ninja force who came to support them should not be weak. The leader among them, I guess it is most likely to be Mukid. Mukid. Although he had never heard of this name, Hiro suddenly became alert when he heard his name because someone who became leader of puppet ninja force, of course he will be extremely strong ninja. Hiro was thinking, Mukid should be at least an elite jounin, even if his strength is not as good as the Kage level, but due to the particularity of the puppet master, it is very suitable for team battles. It makes understandable why Sand Village will puppet ninja force troops to support the front lines. Even in Sand Village, the number of puppet masters is very small, and each one is extremely valuable to the village. Just as Hiro and Shinku were talking, Shinku suddenly seemed to perceive something, his expression moved. At the same time, Hiro's sage body also noticed its unique chakra. This is a strong chakra. Hiro felt a strong chakra gradually approaching, and immediately squinted his eyes and looked forward. In the distant forest, several figures flashed quickly, coming from far, moving in fast speed toward front lines. There are 10 of them, all moving very fast, and several of them are completely covered up, making them look very mysterious. When time comes, I will deal with their leader Mukid, and you will deal with the rest of the puppet masters. Shinku subconsciously wanted to assign Hiro's task, but was interrupted by Hiro. Hiro smiled and said, Uncle Shinku, the Hokage-sama didn't say you will follow my command in this task. Are you thinking? Shinku suddenly thought of a possibility. Hiro said, yes, I want to try Mukid's strength, you leave it to me, I will hold him, and you will take care of the rest. When Hiro said that, Shinku thought, how could Mukid be so easy to deal with? He should be at least top elite jounin level. With Hiro's current strength, Shinku felt Hiro had little chance to win him. Trust me, I'm sure I can do it. Of course he is confident about his strength. He has a secret move, it's time to show his true strength. In addition, only in this way can Hiro complete the task. With his relationship with Kyoinai, Hiro is not afraid to show his true strength in front of Shinku, future father-in-law. Besides, when you have strength you should show off, what's the point of keeping it hidden? When did top ninjas like Uchiha Madara and Hashirama hide their strength? Okay. Shinku was suspicious, but he still agreed with Hiro's command. After all, he is the captain in this task. Hiro showed a look of expectation, and suddenly said, they have fallen into our trap. Hiro and Shinku had set up traps long ago. The so-called traps are actually dozens of specially made detonating symbols. When these puppet masters walked into the center of the explosion, Hiro pulled the chakra silk thread that had been buried. Just listen to a loud bang. Boom! The surrounding area was shook and the mountains exploded, exploding power at least equal to the destructive power caused by ninjutsu above tier. A bang sounded, and the strong explosion power oscillated and shocked loudly, swept through whole mountain area. Damn, there is an ambush. What? An exclamation sounded, and the puppet masters in front were ambushed. They fall in a little panic. Don't panic, everyone is on guard, it should be Konoha. At this time, a vigorous mid-range sounded, giving these puppet masters a backbone. Hiro glanced at it and saw that this man was dressed in white. He was a middle-aged man about 40 years old. He looked quite extraordinary. He stood at the forefront and commanded in an orderly manner. You can see that he is the leader of these puppet masters. Sure enough, it is him, Mukid of Sand Village. Shinku confirmed his identity, he no longer hesitating, and said, "Let's go." It is good. Shinku and Hiro both used body flicker jutsu at the same time to enter the battle. Hiro and Shinku simultaneously used body flicker jutsu to enter the battlefield. Shinku made hand seals at the same time, shouting, "Genjutsu, Sylvan Fetters." Shinku's chakra flowing all over his body, releasing Genjutsu. His illusion is very strong, he is a very powerful illusion ninja. And his illusion can make people almost unable to defend against it. Encountering a ninja who has no defense against illusion, he basically must die. When Shinku attacked with illusion, Hiro only felt that the chakras around him were flowing strangely, and at the same time, he saw two ninjas of Sand Village. They fell and lost their combat effectiveness. Mukid's expression immediately changed. No, it's an illusion ninja, who can use such strong illusion almost instantly. It should be Konoha's Uchiha Shinku. Shinku's name at this time was resounding in the ninja world. After all, Shisui and Uchiha Itakai have not yet made their mark at this time, and there are not many ninjas who are proficient in illusion. So Mukid immediately inferred Shinku's identity. The figures of Shinku and Hiro appeared in the field. When Mukid saw that there were only two of them, he was a little relieved. Looking at Hiro's age, he couldn't help but laughed subconsciously. Is there no ninja in Konoha? Sending a kid to the battlefield, he looks less than 10 years old. At Mukid's side, the remaining puppet ninjas also subconsciously looked at Hiro, slightly surprised. Mukid, as I thought the leader is really you. Shinku said coldly. Mukid glanced at Shinku with a solemn expression. Be careful, the other party is very famous ninja, let me deal with him, you solve that kid first. Yes, Lord Mukid. The other puppet ninjas were very respectful to Mukid. They focused their eyes on Hiro's body, with killing intent. In their opinion, dealing with Hiro should be a simple matter. At this time, Shinku took a step forward. Sorry, your opponent is me. What? Mukid was surprised, almost thinking that he had heard it wrong, which means Shinku is sure that Hiro is going to stop him. Mukid was taken aback for a moment, and then he felt humiliated. Are you kidding me? A little devil wants to block him. Mukid's face sank, and he said, Little devil, you are very arrogant. No matter what, I will make you regret being born in this world. Mukid shocked his arm. A ninjutsu scroll appeared in his hand with a big seal written on it. Mukid printed his hands on it, and two human puppets jumped out. These two humanoid puppets are all white, one holding a sickle and the other holding a katana. They are extremely cold and majestic. Mukid sneered. The two puppets were named White Scorpions, and they were commonly used by Mukid. One of the white scorpion was on the left and one on the right, assaulting towards Hiro. The speed of these two puppets was very fast, and they made a clicking sound when Mukid took actions, which was similar to a knock between wood. This kind of puppet is basically made of special wood, and ordinary ninjutsu can hardly destroy it. This is the best support to the puppet ninja. Fire Style, Dragon Flame Bomb. Fire Style, Phoenix Fire Jutsu. Fire Style, Dragon Flame Jutsu. Hiro immediately released 3 fire ninjutsu that he learned from Uchiha Tenmu. His hand seal speed was as fast as lightning. After he completed the hand seals, the 3 ninjutsu burst out, powerful, and the flames came, and billowing smoke accompanied the flow of fire made a sea of flames around. This. Everyone couldn't help but stunned. They didn't expect Hiro to use such a strong fire ninjutsu, even Shinku was surprised. When did this kid still master so many fire ninjutsus? Now, more than a year had passed since the death of Uchiha Tenmu, so Hiro was not afraid that others would doubt him, so he used fire ninjutsu with confidence. The flames spread, Mukud's expression was grim. He finally realized, this kid seemed a bit difficult to deal with. He turned his 10 fingers flexibly, manipulating the 2 white scorpions to move through the flames, but the 2 white scorpions couldn't resist the flames. The white scorpions were completely destroyed before they rushed out of the fire. Burning down, Mukud's face turned black and his heart was bleeding. Although the 2 white scorpions were not precious puppets, he is fully capable of recreating them, but these 2 puppets have been with him for many years, but now they have been destroyed by Hiro. How can this not make him feel sad and angry? Seeing Hiro making such a huge fire ninjutsu, even the other Sand Village puppet ninjas couldn't help but look sideways, and finally knew the kid in front of them must have extraordinary strength. No wonder Konoha would send him. Mukud looked gloomy and said angrily, "Damn boy, I admit that I underestimated you before, but now I will let you taste my true strength." Saying that, Mukud took out another scroll. This scroll is simple and exquisite. The appearance is quite extraordinary. Hiro felt it was extraordinary scroll. However, there was a glimmer of coldness in Hiro's eyes, and he said calmly, "I should be the one who said this, and I will let you see my true strength." Reserve Seal, Release. Hiro opened Reserve Seal directly. In an instant, the majestic chakra swept like a tsunami. The huge chakra volume is like a sea. It isn't chakra volume that a normal person can have. The faces of Sand Village ninjas changed. What the hell did this kid do? Hiro faced Mukud. He knew Mukud was a very strong puppet ninja. Although he was not as good as Kyo, but he was estimated to be the strongest puppet ninja in Sand Village, just under Kyo. Therefore, Hiro did not hesitate to open the reserve seal directly, so he can end this battle quickly. The majestic chakra formed an overwhelmingly strong pressure, making Shinku stunned, looking at Hiro with surprise, and whispering to himself, "So this kid was always hiding his strength before. This belongs to Lady Tsunade. Reserve seal, no wonder he is so confident." Shinku was surprised and delighted. Unexpectedly, Hiro's strength was far beyond his expectation. This kid had even learned Lady Tsunade's reserve seal. But this kid is really a wicked evildoer. When he thinks about Hiro's age, Shinku doesn't know what to say. He is so good in every aspect. Chakra rose to the sky. The intensity of chakra left Mukud shocked. Knowing that he couldn't delay any longer, he quickly used the secret technique, secret black technique, 5 ghosts. As Mukud spoke, the scroll made a bang sound, and 5 black puppets jumped out of the smoke. This time, the puppets were not all in human form, but they were large puppets similar to the Sasori of Red Sands puppets. It is a combination of beast and human form, fully armed and terrifying. These puppets are all black. The whole body is as black as ink. The material they were made of are unknown. They look like wood but not wood, steel but not steel. They look completely different from the previous white scorpions, and there are 3 more puppets than white scorpions, which makes them even more powerful. The mechanism of this puppet is also extremely delicate, ingeniously designed and quite extraordinary. These 5 puppets were completely different. Hiro narrowed his eyes when he looked at them. As the name suggests, these puppets all look like a ghost coming out of hell. They are giving cold and creepy feeling. Seeing them from distance, it is look like a daunting stone statue. With the 5 ghosts in hand, facing the huge chakra displayed by Hiro, Mukid was a little relieved, and said coldly, "Little devil, the 5 ghosts are the strongest puppets I have ever made. You are dead this time, kid." Facing these 5 puppets, Hiro felt surprise, and it seemed that this was Mukid's trump card. However, he is not afraid of him. 5 ghosts. It's far worse than Munzaman Chikamatsu's 10 puppets. It seems that you can only control 5 puppets to fight at the same time, which is far worse than Kyo. Hiro said lightly. Hiro's words hit the nail head, making Mukid very angry. Because what Hiro said is quite right, the puppet ninja strength based on how many puppets he can manipulate. Kyo can manipulate 10 puppets. This is the strongest 10 puppets, their power is enough to destroy a city. But Sasori is even stronger. He can use the performance of 100 puppets to manipulate 100 puppets to fight at the same time, which is powerful enough to destroy a small country. Even in the Akatsuki he is one of the best. Mukid can only manipulate 5 puppets at the same time, which is enough to explain the gap between him and Kyo and Sasori. Of course, even so, Mukid could still be called top puppet ninja. Boy, die. Mukid was a little humiliated and angry. He was ridiculed by Hiro. Although his puppetry is indeed inferior to Kyo. This is a great regret in his heart. But now it was told to him by Hiro, making Mukid feel humiliated. No longer hesitating, Mukid's 10 fingers speed increased to the limit, manipulating the puppets in different directions, and attacking Hiro. At this time, Shinku is fighting other puppet ninjas. Although other puppet ninjas are pretty strong, they are still a lot worse than Shinku, the deputy captain of Anbu. He has killed 3 puppet ninjas one after another. At this time, he noticed the fight between Hiro and Mukid, and he still had energy to pay attention. Mukid yelled, manipulating the puppets to attack, secret black technique, 1,000 needles art. At the same time, he manipulated the puppets to attack. The organs on the 5 ghosts opened, only to see rows of circular syringes appearing on the organs, and the high-density poison needles were suddenly launched, blasting towards Hiro. These high-density poison needles are launched like bullets, and if Hiro will not be careful, he will be poisoned. The poisonous needles formed a dense triangle, making Hiro almost inevitable. Hiro was hit by a poisonous needle. But in the next second, bang, Hiro's body turned into a piece of wood, which turned out to be a substitute jutsu. This kid, how could his reaction be so fast? Mukid didn't expect Hiro to use the substitute jutsu so fast. Slightly surprised, he felt something was wrong. Hiro's real body lunged, attacked. Hiro's real body was hiding on the side. When Mukid was dispersed, he seized the opportunity and rushed from behind. Mukid's reaction was also very quick. "It useless kid, you can't break through my puppet defense, and my 5 ghosts are specially made, and ordinary ninjutsu can't damage them, you will lose." Mukid said confidently. He didn't panic. The puppets blocked Hiro from moving forward. This puppet looked like an wall, its weapon was a shield, and it was used for defense at first glance. Mukid was very confident. Hiro was absolutely unable to break through his puppet defense. Hiro's reserve seal was completely opened, and his legs gathered chakra, condensed at one point, and then flew to the puppet and kick it heavily. Heaven Kick of Pain. This is also one of Tsunde's personal ninjutsus. Reserve seal is fully opened, adding chakra-enhanced strength to it. How terrifying it will be! Kicking the ground can cause the earth to fall apart. Mukid's eyes almost popped out. He was horrified seeing his defensive puppet was shattered. The ground under Hiro's Heaven Kick of Pain completely exploded. Loud bang was heard. The power of this kick was like a small meteor hitting the ground. It stepped heavily on the ghost puppet. Ghost puppet instantly become fragments. Reserve seal plus chakra enhanced strength and Hiro's sage body. Each one of these moves itself is very powerful. Combining the three in one, it will be completely on another level. Just a kick. Even the puppet specially made for defense could not resist it. The puppet was completely shattered and turned into a powder state, which was difficult to repair it. Not only the puppet, but the surrounding ground also cracked, and dense cracks appeared on the ground, which was wide and deep. And the confident smile on Mukid's face wiped off. His face became gloomy and he was no longer calm, and yelled, You actually destroyed my most precious puppet, you are dead. Mukid yelled, and strong hatred erupted in his eyes. This was one of his most precious puppets, and its materials was very special and rare, but now Hiro destroyed it. How can he not get angry? The remaining Sand Village's puppet ninja looked at each other, feeling shocked. How much power this kid have, everyone thought. There was doubt in Mukid's heart. His eyes were uncertain, and he suddenly seemed thought of something. You are Princess Tsunede's student, one of 3 Sanin, Hiro. Mukid finally recognized Hiro's identity. The hatred in his heart had already reached the limit. He heard Hiro was Konoha's first genius. Looking at Hiro, the strength of this kid is almost. Mukid was shocked. Is this kid still human? His strength extremely terrifying, it can already threaten him. Hiro smiled non-committal, but there was a glimmer of cold light in his eyes. His expression was slightly cold. Hiro had already regarded Mukid as a dead person. Anyway, he must kill Mukid, so he can get the second opportunity to modify bloodline line. Thinking of this, Hiro's actions become even more decisive. Chakra around Hiro was surging like a sea tide, gathered around Hiro. Hiro immediately used his strongest ninjutsu. Reikiri. Hiro completed hand seal quickly. The electric current in his hand surges out. The strong thunder light shows its power. Chidori and Reikiri are slightly different from each other. Reikiri is more powerful and belongs to S-level ninjutsu, while Chidori is a simplified version. With reserve seal already opened, Hiro is not afraid of chakra consumption at all, and the thunder light in his hand is very dazzling. This is one of Hiro's strongest moves. Whoosh! Hiro's figure moved. Hiro attacked Mukid once again, but this time Hiro directly used body flicker jutsu. Although puppet ninjas are strong, they also have weaknesses. The average puppet ninjas are not very proficient in physical attack and close combat, so they always hide behind the puppets during battle. Hiro knew if he wanted to defeat Mukid quickly, the best way was to fight him in close combat. Mukid saw Hiro's surprise attack. Although he was furious, he still remained calm and controlled the remaining 4 puppets to form a rail wall and stood in front of Hiro. Boom! Thunder light blasted. Hiro's Reikiri power exploded. Reikiri's power very strong plus the huge amount of chakra from reserve seal, its power become more stronger. After Reikiri's strong blast, Mukid saw that the 4 puppets were blasted into a huge hole by Hiro's Reikiri, which made Mukid's face even darker. Die! Mukid yelled with a strong killing intent. He opened his mouth and spit out dozens poisonous needles. Hiro's was surprised. It turned out Mukid had also transformed part of his body into a puppet, just like Kyo and Sasori. It looks like Puppet Ninja has this common habit. Hiro he stretched out his hand, the thunder light shone out and turned into a Chidori sharp spear. When Hiro swiped his hand slightly, all the poison needles were shot down in an instant. Chidori sharp spear power spread again, directly piercing Mukid's throat. Mukid's throat was pierced, his eyes widened, and his eyes flashed with a thick color of unbelievable and consternation. After exhausting his last strength, he suddenly said something. When Hiro's heard it, Hiro hurriedly used body flicker jutsu to escape from the battlefield. The moment he escaped, Mukid's body exploded directly, forming a small-scale shock wave. Although Hiro dodged quickly, but his arm was slightly injured. He ignored the pain of the wound. Mukid actually hid a lot of detonation symbols. His intention was to kill both Hiro and himself together, but fortunately Hiro responded quickly. Sure enough, this is the battlefield. It is always full of danger, even after winning, it is still full of danger. Hiro breathed a sigh of relief. Luckily he avoided the explosion. His injuries healed quickly because of his sage body, even a trace didn't remain. Sage body is really convenient. Congratulations to the host for successfully killing the elite Jounin. The puppet ninja of Sand Village, Mukid, but because this is not the first time host has killed Jounin, so no treasure chest will be awarded. The voice of the system came, let Hiro understand. He curled his lips. Mukid turned out to be only the elite Jounin, not even Quasi-Kage level. But even if Mukid was not a Quasi-Kage level, he was very powerful. Hiro killed Mukid, leaving the rest of the puppet ninjas of Sand Village shocked. They couldn't believe what they saw just now. No one thought Hiro could actually kill Mukid. The puppet ninjas were dispersed. Shinku seized the opportunity. Originally they weren't Shinku's opponent at all. Shinku was also surprised. Seeing Hiro's fight, he couldn't think Hiro becomes so strong. This is shocked him. Hiro killed Mukid, which made puppet ninjas fell in chaos, and they were surprised and begin to panic. No one thought someone strong like Mukid would lose to a little kid. Having such power at such an age, it is really unbelievable. Although Mukid is not the strongest puppet ninja in Sand Village, but he isn't a weak ninja. His puppet power and control is just under Kyo, and he is also the captain of puppet ninjas, which gives him a special status, being killed by Hiro. Of course the impact will be absolutely huge. The rest of the puppet ninja were unwilling to fight. They were caught by Shinku, they were hit by Shinku's illusion, all fell down. Shinku killed them one by one, fast, without blinking his eyes. After killing these elite puppet ninjas, Shinku sighed with relief, and turned to look at Hiro. His eyes were a little complicated. He couldn't fight Mukid head-on because Mukid had 5 puppets. They could attack and defense at the same time, although Shinku could win. But Hiro's strength was really beyond his expectation. This kid. Shinku took a deep breath. It is unbelievable, how could a little kid have such strength? Only God knows if this kid has any hidden moves. Finally completed the task. Hiro finally relaxed when he saw that Shinku killed the remaining ninjas one by one. Shinku nodded and said, even in Sand Village, there are very few puppet ninjas. The ones we killed are all elites. The greatest role of the puppet ninjas are in group battles. In group battles, it can exert a very strong strength. On the battlefield, puppet ninjas control puppets so they won't be afraid when ninjas come to them. The puppets will fight them, so the puppets also has defense and different attack methods such as shield and poison needles. However, this time Hiro and Shinku were only two, and on the contrary, the advantages of these puppet ninjas could not be used. There were broken puppets everywhere, as well as the corpses of these puppet ninjas. One of the corpses belonged to Mukid. His corpse was completely unrecognizable due to the explosion. Hiro's face was expressionless, but he found several shiny things appeared on the corpse. Although there is no treasure chest, Hiro can also explode items by killing the enemy ninja. Hiro picked up all of them into the modifier's space. Hiro, now that the mission has been completed, I will rely on you to help Lady Tsunade alone. I have other missions, Shinku said solemnly. After seeing Hiro's strength, Shinku felt much more relieved about Hiro mission. Konoha's manpower is currently severely understaffed, because not only Sand Village, but also the three ninja villages, Cloud Village, Rock Village, and Mist Village, are all ready to move. As the deputy captain of Anbu, Shinku has his own important task to complete. Okay. Hiro nodded. This discussed before, he has no objection. It's better not to have Shinku around him, he can move without being watched by someone. Shinku said, be careful, these are some solid pills, you only take them in case of emergency. Thank you. Hiro could see that, because of the relationship between him and Kyoinai, Shinku was really good to him. Shinku patted on Hiro's shoulder and said seriously, I believe my vision can't be wrong. You will be famous in the ninja world in this ninja world war. I am waiting for your good news. Hiro smiled without answering. And Shinku didn't say more. Sometimes there is no need for too much communication between men. Shinku's figure flashed, disappearing from Hiro's sight. When Shinku went away, Hiro retracted his gaze, and then looked at the item exploded by Mukid on the ground. A golden luminous Medal of Honor. Hiro already has 4 Medal of Honor. Collect 10 Medals of Honor, which can be exchanged for ninjutsu in the system mall. There are also 2 other ninja scrolls exploded from Mukid. Secret Poison Jutsu, B-level ninjutsu, the secret technique of poison control, can make the enemy be poisoned and die in a short time, paralyze the nerves, and cause great trauma and pain. Desertification Jutsu, B-level ninjutsu, you can sneak into the ground at the critical moment, hide your figure, suitable for hiding. Hiro immediately learned these 2 ninjutsu scrolls, and they seemed to be quite good ninjutsu. Needless to say, the poison jutsu was absolutely practical. But Mukid didn't use desertification jutsu, but it was also a good jutsu according to its description. Hiro also gained fighting experience, which is very important. His opponent was a famous ninja of Sand Village, his strength was very good. It wasn't for Hiro to can kill his opponent without being seriously injured. Ding! Congratulations to the host for successfully completing the mission and killing Mukid. Obtained the second bloodline limit modification permission. The voice of the system came into Hiro's ears. The second bloodline limit modification opportunity. Finally got it. Hiro entered the modifier space without hesitation. It is detected the host has the second bloodline limit modification permission. Do you use it? Use. Hiro didn't hesitate. At this moment a light flashed, and he saw several kinds of bloodline limits in front of him. Bakugan. Mokuton. Lava Release. All bloodline limit in Naruto world came into his view, but there was no option for Sharingan, because Hiro already had it. Hiro had already thought about the bloodline limit he would modify next. Since he can have second bloodline limit, Hiro selected immediately. I choose Mokyuten. Hiro selected. That's right, because Hiro has Sage Body, so his first choice of course is Sharingan, because Sharingan can evolve into Rinnegan. Sage Body with Rinnegan, it is equivalent to Sage of 6 Paths. So Hiro's next choice is Mokyuten. Sage Body plus Mokyuten, how strong it will be. If you watched Hashirama Senju then you will understand. The host chooses Mokyuten for his second bloodline limit, confirm. The female voice of the system came, it echoed gently in Hiro's ear, like a whisper between lovers. Hiro said without hesitation, confirm. Congratulations to the host, the modification was successful. The system sound disappeared, Hiro exited the modifier space. Huge chakras spread all over Hiro's body, his limbs, skeletons, all parts of his body and cells, all seem to have undergone a unique baptism. This change made him feel extremely comfortable. Just like eating ice cream on a very hot day. Mokyuten is the bloodline limit formed by the variation of the two chakras of earth and water. Uniting both chakras, water and earth, represent wood and at the same time represent life force. Therefore, Hiro felt the vitality of his whole body was constantly rising. He felt his whole body was completely reborn. Mokyuten made his perception, vision, and even mind become clearer. These subtle changes made his whole body very strong. This is Mokyuten. Sage Body plus Mokyuten has a miraculous effect, but it's a pity that my current Sage Body is only at the elementary level. Hiro thought. He felt the true power of Mokyuten. Mokyuten, in a sense, represents Yang Chakra, which is of course extraordinary. Hiro got Mokyuten, so his strength soared again. This time he gained a lot. His chakras gathered like a whirlpool, the chakra amount in his body was extremely huge and pure. Finally, my normal strength now has reached the level of elite Jounin. With the Mokyuten, Sharingan, and Reserve Seal, it is enough to protect me on the battlefield. Hiro finally relaxed, because on the battlefield not only there will be a lot of ninjas but strong ninjas as well. But once he engages in a battle, even if his opponent is on Kage level, he can fight him without losing. Mukid is an example. Mukid's strength was already at the elite Jounin level, he was close to Kage level, but he was still killed by Hiro, which is enough to show Hiro's true strength. With Mokyuten, Hiro's strength once again increased to a new level. Of course, not everyone can play Mokyuten's true. For example, Hashirama Senju and Yamato, their power far from being compared. Yamato's Mokyuten is like child play if you compared it with Hashirama's Mokyuten. Hiro certainly can't play Mokyuten to the level of Hashirama, but he was much better than Yamato. After getting Mokyuten, Hiro felt his whole body filled with energy. Mokyuten was indeed very strong. It's no wonder Mokyuten can repeatedly suppress Uchiha Madara with Mokyuten, there is a reason. Very good. Hiro, he finally got Mokyuten. With Sharingan, Mokyuten, and Reserve Seal, Hiro now has more than one secret move. Hiro is quite satisfied with gains. The next step is to support Tsunade. The front line should be in the land of rivers. Konoha and Sagakura are fighting, but these small villages would suffer most losses. Hiro is concerned about Tsunade's safety and he does not know. What is the situation on the battlefield now? Hiro took out the map and marked it on the map. Konoha was fighting the sand-hidden ninja at Land of Rivers. They were led by Kyo and Ebizo. Kyo and Ebizo can be regarded as San's strongest ninjas. Among them, looking at their performance in the original work, Kyo is undoubtedly at Kage level. As for Ebizo, although he didn't appear too much in the original work, he is not necessarily weaker than Kyo. On Konoha's side, there was only Tsunade. She could barely hold both of them, so it is very difficult and hard to support the front lines alone. Hiro carefully looked at the map, remembering the specific battle line position on the map, then his figure flashed, he disappeared quickly. He is going to support Tsunade. I hope nothing happened to Tsunade, otherwise. A glimmer of cold light flashed in Hiro's eyes, and he hurried faster. Hiro moved quickly, the whistling sound passed his ears. He quickly moves between trees. It took about half a day to finally enter the border of the Land of Rivers. He was very close to the battlefield. Along the way, Hiro saw a lot of things. When the war broke out, ordinary people were displaced, and refugees were everywhere. He saw many corpses all the way. Many of the corpses belonged to ninjas. This is war. A war will be accompanied by death all the time. It is full of dangers, and perhaps if he turned around he will meet death. Hiro knew this too well, but since his goal was to become the world's strongest ninja, of course, he was not afraid of this. Coming all the way hurriedly, Hiro finally approached the target location. This is the battlefield where the Sand-Hidden Ninja and Konoha Ninja fought. As he approached the battlefield, Hiro became more vigilant, as if he smelled the smell of blood. After entering the battlefield, the first thing is of course to understand the current situation on the battlefield. The first thing to do is to find Konoha's camp. As Hiro walked forward, he saw a faint chakra flowing in front of him. Relying on the unique perception of the sage body, he perceives there is a ninja ahead. Hiro searched for the direction of chakra's flow. At this time, he heard a low alert, someone is coming, everyone, be careful. As he moving forward, Hiro saw 3 ninjas wearing Konoha foreheads. They appeared in front of him. These 3 ninjas seemed to be sensory. Hiro could tell they were Konoha ninjas. The 3 Konoha ninjas were slightly surprised when they saw Hiro. They were relieved immediately, and said, "Fortunately, he is one of us. He is Tsunade-sama's student, Toyota Hiro." "Yes, it's me. I was sent by the Hokage-sama to support the battlefield." Hiro briefly explained about Hokage's orders, then went straight to the subject, "Where is Tsunade teacher?" Hearing Hiro's words, the 3 Konoha ninjas looked at each other. They could only look at each other, not knowing what to say. Hiro felt something wrong. What happened to Tsunade? 3 Konoha's sensor ninjas all showed embarrassing looks. Their captain finally said, "Lady Tsunade was injured when she led us to fight against Kyo and Ebizo of Sagakura village." Injured? Is it serious? Hiro felt worried in his heart. After all, Tsunade was very good to him, not to mention she is his teacher. Hiro didn't want Tsunade to have an accident. Lady Tsunade was poisoned by Puppet Master Kyo. Another ninja said. This is the worst scenario. Hiro knows how powerful the Puppet Masters are. Under normal circumstances, the Puppet Masters are very proficient in poison art, which can be said they are very proficient in poison. And especially the Kage level ninja like Kyo, her understanding of poison ninjutsu is even more extraordinary. Even Tsunade, who is proficient in medical ninjutsu, facing Kyo's poison sometimes makes her feel very tricky. Hiro immediately knew something was wrong. "Take me to see Teacher Tsunade," Hiro said hurriedly. One of the 3 ninjas walked out, nodded, and prepared to lead Hiro. He suddenly remembered something. 3 days ago, we sent out information and wanted Hokage-sama to send support. when will Konoha's reinforcements? Hearing that, the other two ninjas also looked at Hiro. Hiro shrugged and said, Konoha's reinforcements are me, they send only one. You. It was the three ninjas' turn to be shocked this time. F***ck, you are joking, right? No matter how powerful Hiro is, one person can't change the situation of the entire battle. His joining is complete won't change anything. The situation is very serious. Hiro knew Konoha was indeed in trouble this time, but Konoha currently had a serious shortage of combat personnel. It would not be easy to wait for another reinforcement. Take me to see Teacher Tsunade first, Hiro said lightly. Okay, come with us. This sensor ninja led the way. He brought Hiro to the temporary base of Konoha's troops. There are hundreds of Konoha ninjas here, all of which belong to the elite troops and the main force fighting against Sand Village. As soon as he entered the camp, Hiro felt several people looking at him. After realizing it was Hiro, their gaze moved away. In the simple tent where Tsunade was, Hiro finally saw Tsunade. Although Tsunade was still beautiful at this time, she looked a little haggard, her complexion was slightly pale and weak. On Tsunade's clean and delicate face, her eyebrows were furrowed, as if she was suffering some kind of pain. When Tsunade saw Hiro's arrival, she was surprised first and then delighted. Hiro, why are you here? No, the teacher sent you to the battlefield. Tsunade was surprised, and at the same time complained a little about Third Hokage's action. Hiro smiled and said, I asked him to send me. Well, your strength seems to have improved again. Tsunade sighed in a low voice, with a hint of surprise in his eyes. The shadow of Hiro was reflected in those beautiful big eyes. Tsunade was quite moved. Ninjas generally develop very early. Hiro, who is less than 9 years old now, looks like an extraordinary teenager. Besides, Hiro is wearing a blue ninja suit and with his charm value bonus. He looks even more powerful. Seeing Hiro and Tsunade chatting, the sensor ninja did not bother them, and quietly exited the tent. Hiro asked Tsunade quickly, I heard you were poisoned. Tsunade nodded slightly. She has nothing to hide from Hiro. Yes, I was poisoned. I was hit by Kyo's poisonous needle. She is very capable of using poison. Although my medical ninjutsu is powerful, if I want to completely cure it, it will take a few days. Hiro was relieved. It seemed that Tsunade's toxin was not life-threatening. Also, with Tsunade's medical ninjutsu, it was almost impossible for any toxin to harm her life. Tsunade's face was pale. It was obvious that she was physically weak. It seemed toxin affected her combat effectiveness. Tsunade was also worried at the same time. Now, with Kyo and Ebizo's cunning nature, they have been trying to surround us with their advantage, and according to our intelligence, they have reinforcements called puppet troops. Hearing Tsunade's words, Hiro laughed. Don't worry about the reinforcements of the puppet troops, they have already been killed by me. What? Tsunade was stunned. Her bright eyes were focused on Hiro's face. She couldn't believe what she heard. Hiro killed Sand Village's reinforcements, the puppet troops. Tsunade couldn't believe it, but looking at Hiro's firm look, she could only believe in him. Hiro said, actually, me and Uncle Shinku formed a team and jointly ambushed and killed puppet troops. I killed the opponent's leader, Mukid. Tsunade even more surprised, he killed Mukid. Tsunade couldn't imagine Hiro's strength would improve so much in such a short time. Mukid is a well-known puppet master in the ninja world. He has a special statue in Sand Village. He is the captain of puppet troops. This kid. Tsunade was surprised and delighted. She praises him, well done. Now, our pressure will be greatly reduced. Even with Kyo and Ibizo, we still can fight back. Hiro, this time you did an excellent job. Tsunade showed her beautiful smile. These days Tsunade was under huge pressure plus being injured. This her first smile since the war began. Her gentle smile made Hiro in a dizzy state. Since you can kill Mukid, I am more relieved, Tsunade said again. Hiro nodded, feeling Tsunade's concern. He smiles and said, by the way, teacher, where is your wound? I am also good at medical ninjutsu, why don't I help you heal? Tsunade was stabbed with a poison needle in her chest. If Hiro helped her with her injuries, then wouldn't that mean? That's it guys, hope you like the video. Make sure you like, share and subscribe the channel. And also tell me your recommendation in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching.